one of the first stories I have was from when I was still, I think, in my first transfer. And apparently they had all the missionaries in my mission had this joke that they would try to play on new missionaries. Germans don't, there's a lot of apartments in Germany, and it's very rare for people to get houses or to live in houses. And even when they do have houses, sometimes they don't have a lot of yard. So they have these plots, these areas with like all throughout the city that are these little like garden plots. And they have like little sheds and things like that where people go and they do whatever they want with them. They either plant things and grow things like in a garden, or they have it to be like a little play area for their children and things like that. But these little sheds that they have look and are kind of like these little houses. Like there's usually, like a couple different rooms to it or whatever. There's like a place where you can store tools. There's a place where you could, like, if you're growing food there, where you could prep food from your garden and things like that. But these little houses, they're really like short. So a lot of times you have to duck down to get into them. They have really low ceilings, things like that. But I remember, I think I was going from the mission home to my first city. And one of the elders told me that these little garden houses, these little garden plots that they had, were actually dwarf neighborhoods. So like midget neighborhoods, where anyone who was like that, that's where they lived, instead of living in like big apartments or houses or things like that. And I didn't believe him because that just seemed too odd. But apparently that was a running joke in mission to try to get people to believe that German had these little communities for dwarfs. So anyway.